With so many choices in theaters right now, it's easy to forget that there were some great titles from earlier this year that you may have overlooked. This week on the front row, it's all about home video.
Will Ferrell heads up the box office top dog Anchorman, new to video from DreamWorks Pictures. The Saturday Night Live vet plays a local news anchor, drunk on his own ego, and a fair bit of scotch. Anchorman is set in the world of 70s TV, but that's really only a backdrop. If you're looking for some great insight on how life really is like behind the world of local TV, you'll be sadly disappointed. The plot is only a setup, nothing more. The movie is simply a 90-minute barrage of jokes. A lot of them work, some don't. But there is something to be said about extremely talented and smart people not taking themselves seriously and just going for the joke, whether it works or not. Comedies like Anchorman, not to mention Dodgeball and the Austin Powers series, either work or they don't. And as for Anchorman, it worked for me to the tune of 2.5 out of 4 stars. Well, now that winter has hit us, what better time to head to the sunny Isle of Troy? Brad Pitt leads an army in this retelling of Homer's Iliad. Pitt takes center stage as Achilles, a hired warrior with a talent for scoring high body counts. He's called into action when a new romance sparks a war between nations, a battle that's played off in the land of Troy. Now, this is, of course, my Cliff Notes version of the storyline. There is a lot of detail to digest in this film, and director Wolfgang Peterson does an acceptable job covering all plot points. It's an all-right film, I guess. My biggest problem is that it feels flat and long-winded. And frankly, it's hard to make an interesting computer-generated battle scene after Braveheart and the Lord of the Rings trilogy have already explored this territory. It gets even weirder when it steps outside the battle zone. It has an offbeat combination of Greek tragedy and modern storytelling that has some talented people saying some pretty dumb things. The only actor who really gets it right is Peter O'Toole, who I hope will find his way to an Oscar nomination in a couple of weeks. Troy is a passable but not real great sword and sandal epic. It gets 2.5 out of 4 stars and is now out on home video. The Oscar race is coming up. Keep your eyes peeled for rock-solid predictions from yours truly and special looks at the films that are destined to be honored. One sure nominee will be Million Dollar Baby. Be watching for a full review of this film coming soon. Also, be watching for the new retelling of A Phantom of the Opera that's coming up in 2 weeks. And next week, join us for a clever little movie called In Good Company, starring Dennis Quaid, Topher Grace, and Scarlett Johansson. There's a lot on deck for this next year, and we hope you're going to save us a seat right here on the front row. For KQ2, I'm Bob Shultz.